Hi, I'm Margaret Livingston, and sometimes it's fun to do some extra details on something that you want to make. For instance, this collar has a fabric that I lined on the other side, so you get a peek of it once in a while. It's very pretty. I like the fabric very much, and I'm going to make a skirt for this particular jacket. I also made the skirt out of some fabric that I found. Kind of a knit fabric, and it's very slippy, a little bit hard to work with, but I like the print, and I think that it makes the jacket look a little more casual, so that it's wearable to more places and not such a formal suit-like look. Then I made a dress, and I saw on Project Runway one of the designers made something with a fake belt. So I thought it'd be fun to make a fake belt on a dress that I made. So I got some coordinating fabrics, and I made the yoke out of the different fabric, and then I put bias tape, which goes around curves very easily. That's why you have things on the bias, because they stretch and they can go around curves. So I put that to emphasize the color, and then I made a fake belt. And so I did the outline, and then I made a circle, and I padded the circle a little bit so it would look more like a buckle. And I made 2 eyelets, and then the stopper here for a belt, like a belt would be. And I've got a fake belt, which is kind of an amusing, fun detail. Then I made a jacket, a nice wool, and has a little bit of cashmere in it. Very nice and soft. And I found some buttons that I liked, which are a perfect color match. And so, because it had this extra yoke, I top stitched it around the curves and did it a number of times so that it emphasized that line. Makes it look very pretty. And the buttonhole is right in the seam. Very nice detail. Then sometimes you find a border print. So I made this shirt, and instead of just putting it around the bottom of the shirt, I used it on the yoke. And there's pockets here, but there is a seam here, and so I was able to use this line of cats from the border print across the front. So it's kind of a fun way to use them. And I put that on the cuffs, and then on the back I also had a seam. And we've got another row of cats. Now, I wanted a Hawaiian shirt. So I found some Hawaiian-like fabric. And even though this is just kind of more or less a plain little shirt for summer, it's a rayon, which is nice, but it had a little pocket. So what I did was I took the pocket and made an exact match on the print, and I just stitched that down, so the only way you can see that is to see the stitching around it. And that's kind of fun because it kind of disappears into the fabric. It's kind of a little detail that you can notice. Now, I found some beautiful fabric. I got a whole 3 kinds of fabric with it. And this one, I've just put safety pins because I cut a hole in it for some reason and just put it over my head. So I was able to use the whole panel. And so I put a very, very fine little stitch overlapping it over the edge so that it would be very thin and fine. And then I will sew sew this together by hand, and then I'll have a little slit here where the sleeve comes. And then all I did was sew up here and go around on a curve, and this opens out to kind of a flange or something, and then I put a curve down and did the hem the same way.